Today, I'm going to recommend a few books in English to you that are relatively easy to read for an intermediate learner and are incredibly fun. I've chosen 7, a lucky number of the best simple English books I've ever read. Hey, my fellow English learner! We're gonna start with a self-help book. They're relatively easy to read and the language is usually very direct and simple. The thing is, I personally don't enjoy self-help books and find them extremely repetitive. But a few years ago, I read and actually liked one of them. The Power of Habit, Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business by Charles Duhigg. He talked about how habits are formed and how we can influence and maybe even completely change some of them. The book is basically a bunch of stories gathered together, and that's probably the reason why I enjoyed it so much. I just love listening to other people's stories. Another great storyteller is Lucy Worsley with her book If Walls Could Talk, An Intimate History of the Home. If you enjoy history, this book is definitely for you. It's a really fun way to learn about the domestic life of people in Great Britain from the Middle Ages till today. It's not in any way overly academic or formal, and it's as easy to read as any fiction novel. Speaking of fiction novels, I don't know about you, but I really enjoy reading children's books in different languages. Truly enjoy. Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne is my absolute favorite. It's a cute little story about a bear and his friends, and it's very comfortable and calm. You can read this book for free because it's in the public domain now. But if you can, I'd highly suggest that you check out the edition illustrated by Ernest H. Shepard. Gorgeous illustrations. Another great children's novel with awesome illustrations is Matilda by Roald Dahl, and the illustrator is Quentin Blake. If Winnie the Pooh is very relaxing to read, then this book is very thrilling and adventurous. It follows Matilda, a girl who loves to read and learn, but who's been neglected by adults in her life. And she's gonna teach them a lesson. And if you don't like children's books, maybe check out his autobiography, Boy and Going Solo. He was such a great storyteller with a life full of adventures. I wouldn't recommend reading this book though if you're squeamish about the descriptions of blood and injuries or easily grossed out by them, because this book contains quite a few such descriptions, especially in the second part where he talks about being an Air Force officer in the World War II. There is another autobiography I wish you would check out, and it's Spaceman, an astronaut's unlikely journey to unlock the secrets of the universe by Mike Massimino. It's such an easy and fast read and truly an inspirational story. He was one of the people who made important repairs to the Hubble telescope, and he talks in this book about his really incredible journey, very challenging, I must add, journey to become an astronaut, a NASA astronaut, and what it feels like to be in space. It's a truly wonderful story worth reading. Non-fiction books like the autobiographies I mentioned can be fun and you can learn so much. But there is something unique in the experience of getting immersed in a magical story of a fiction book. And one such book is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. and it's the first novel in the Mistborn trilogy. It's a fantasy series with a pretty unique magical system and a really wonderful world that is fun to explore. Brandon Sanderson's writing is really easy to understand, but it's very addictive and captivating. It's so easy to just dive into his stories. Usually, fantasy books end with the heroes saving the world from the Dark Lord. But in this book, the Dark Lord won 1,000 years ago and is still ruling. If this premise sounds fun to you, give the Mistborn trilogy a try. So here are a few books you can read in English, but if you wanna learn how to read in English and get a few tips, check out this video next. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time with more awesome language content.